All right, let's dive into the final and honestly, maybe the most important step in the whole design thinking process, testing. This is it. This is the moment of truth where your brilliant idea has to face the real world.
So think about the journey we've been on. We started by walking in our users' shoes with empathy. Then we zeroed in on the real problem to define it. We brainstormed tons of wild solutions during ideation, and then we actually built a version of it in the prototype stage. We've put in all this work to make something we really believe in.
But that leads us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? After all that blood, sweat, and tears, does the thing actually work for the people you designed it for? Well, this is where testing comes in. It's the ultimate reality check for any idea.
Okay, so what exactly do we mean by testing? Well, at its heart, it's the point where we stop guessing and start gathering cold hard proof. You're basically moving from "I think this will work" to "I have actual evidence of what's working and what's not."
Now you gotta pay close attention to that second part of the definition. This is the secret sauce. The real key to great testing is putting your prototype in front of someone and then zipping it. You have to fight every urge to explain it, to guide them, or to defend your choices. Your job is just to watch and listen.
While you're watching, you're not just looking for a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You're being a detective. You're looking for those tiny clues, the slight pause before they click a button, the little frown of confusion, or the parts they breeze through without any trouble. And maybe most importantly, you're noticing the features they don't even see. Sometimes the most powerful feedback is in what people don't do.
This right here, this is why testing is so critical. As the creator, you are just too close to the project. You know it inside and out. But a real user, they're coming in with fresh eyes. What feels totally obvious and intuitive to you could be a complete puzzle to them. Testing is the bridge that closes that gap.
Which brings us to what I think is the golden rule of user testing. What people do is so much more important than what they say. I mean, just think about human nature for a second. Most people are polite. They don't want to hurt your feelings and tell you that your brilliant idea is confusing. So they'll say things like, "Oh, this is really nice," or "Yep, makes sense." But their actions? Oh, their actions don't lie. They tell you the unfiltered truth.
You'll see it happen all the time. Someone might say, "This looks great," but you can see them physically frowning while they try to figure out where to go next. They might tell you a button is easy to find right after they spent 5 whole seconds scanning the page for it. Or, my favorite, when they start tapping on a piece of text that isn't even a button. Those actions, the nonverbal stuff, that's the gold you're looking for.
Now, it might sound like testing is some big, scary final exam where your design either passes or fails, but that's not the right way to think about it at all. Testing is almost never the end of the road. More often than not, it's actually the start of the next phase. A better way to think about it is this. The feedback you get from testing is fuel. It's the energy that's going to power the next round of improvements. A so-called failed test is actually a huge win because it tells you exactly what you need to fix. Sometimes it'll even send you all the way back to the drawing board. And you know what? That's totally fine.
This is the absolute heart of what we call iteration. See, design thinking isn't a straight line from A to B. It's a loop. You test something, you learn from what you saw, you refine the design based on that new knowledge, and then you do it all over again. You just keep going round and round, making it a little better each time.
And, beyond just making a better product, the testing stage teaches every designer one of the most valuable lessons there is: a little humility. It's this powerful, constant reminder that your job isn't about your amazing vision or your ego. It's about serving the person on the other end.
And this idea applies to literally everything. Let's take a look. For a UX designer, it's not about making the IRCTC app look pretty. It's about sitting with someone and watching them try to book a train without getting totally frustrated.
For a fashion designer, sure, that modern Lengo looks amazing, but can someone actually dance in it comfortably at a Sangeet? That's the real test. Or for a product designer, it's handing that new smart fan remote to your parents and seeing if they can figure it out without needing a 20-page manual. It's all about that real-world use. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Your goal isn't to leave a testing session with a pat on the back, feeling like you were right all along. The real goal is to leave with a clear, actionable list of what you can make better. It's not about being right, it's about getting it right.
So when you get right down to it, the testing phase builds these incredible qualities. It forces you to listen way more than you talk. It teaches you to welcome criticism not as an attack, but as a gift. And it makes you willing to throw away an idea you love if it's not working for your user. It really builds this mindset of always learning, always improving.
And just like that, we've come full circle. We went all the way from understanding our user's world with empathy to finally seeing if our solution holds up in their world with testing. And altogether, these 5 stages give us this amazing framework for solving just about any problem you can think of.
So I'll leave you with this last thought. It doesn't have to be a big business idea or a new app. It could be a new recipe you're trying, or even just the way you've decided to organize your kitchen. What's one idea in your world that could use a little dose of reality? What could you test, even in a small way, to see if it really, truly works?